How many is that? 13? 15? Heavyweight boxing fans, what's the deal? Y'all get up in here for a second. Decided just to go live from the gym, man. Putting in work, early morning work with my boys. Gonna do about 3.5 hours here. Talk about this fight tonight, but really, the main reason why I made this live. What's up, James? Call me. Hey, James, can you hear me, my boy? We at the gym putting in work, man. So let me know if you can hear me. I know there's basketball going on, but let me know if you can hear me. Will Chairman John, what's up? Stormy, what's good, man? So the main reason why I'm going live right now, I had a subscriber. I believe his name is I forgot his man's name. I believe his MG is here. But so shouts out to MG is here. He was asking me about the hey, how many threes is that? 18. You got 2 more. And then after that, go to free throws and make 25 of those. Anyways, Reed G in the building was good. Stormy B, man. But MG was asking me if I had seen the Kenzie Morrison versus Hasim Rahman Jr. fight that happened last week. Yes, I did get a chance to check that fight out. He was asking me, you know, what do I think of Kenzie as far as he was asking me what I think of Kenzie as far as where he goes from here after that win over Rahman Jr. Well, first, let me just talk about the fight, all right? First, shouts out to Kenzie Morrison, 5th round stoppage of Hasim Rahman Jr. When I watched the fight, though, man, it looked like Rahman Jr. came out going lefty to righty, southpaw orthodox. He did it the whole fight, and he was pretty much winning that fight comfortably, man. I thought the only competitive round, well, the round I thought was an iffy round was round 4. And then obviously we know what happened in round 5. I thought the stoppage was a little bit premature. But going from round 1 though, man, Hasim Rahman Jr. came out there, lefty to righty. He was doing a good job of slipping punches. I thought he was keeping his hands dangerously low. And I know that works for guys like, you know, Roy Jones Jr. and stuff like that, but that's not really a style for every single body. And sometimes guys do that style based on who they have in front of them, you know, who you can get away with it with, you know what I'm saying? And he was doing a good job of counter-punching Kenzie. And Kenzie looked dead tired after round 2. He was literally like gasping and sucking for air, man. So for him to even get to round 5 was amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? But Rahman Jr. was doing a great job of counter-punching him, lefty or righty, didn't matter. I thought he did a decent job of going to the body. I thought he could have punched in combination a little bit more, but he was pretty much just outboxing Kenzie, man. Kenzie was tired. He was just outboxing the hell out of this dude, and then around about round 4, Kenzie just started throwing caution to the wind. What I mean by that is, let's say Rahman Jr. slipped one of his hooks, and then Rahman Jr. would come with a straight 1-2 from the orthodox to southpaw. In the middle of him throwing the 1-2, Kenzie was like taking it, but still coming and punching through those punches while getting hit. So he was just throwing caution to the wind. He was like dead tired, man. I thought Rahman Jr. could have went to the body a little bit more, especially when he seen him dead tired like that. He was dead tired after the 2nd round. You go back and watch that fight on YouTube, he's like sucking for air, man. Face beat red. But this is the heavyweight division. All it takes is one punch. And in the 5th round, well, even in the 4th round, Kenzie was still, you could tell, even though he was tired and getting countered to hell, he was still being effective by just landing a good right hand, a good left hand. And it may have been like one or two every 45 seconds to a minute, but it was still enough just to keep Hasim Rahman a little bit honest to say, hey, I'm still here, I'm tired, you piecing me up, I'm sucking for air, my face is red, you know what I'm saying, my legs look a little bit stiff, but I'm gonna keep you honest. Boom, with a left hook, boom, with a right hand. Then he would nothing would happen for about 45 seconds to a minute. You know what I mean? But in that 4th round, Kenzie landed a good right hand. And then he started to throw like a jab. And to me, he was kind of confusing Rahman with his jab, because he'll throw a jab and then the next time he'll be in the same position to throw a left jab, but sometimes he'll hook with the jab, or he'll hook off that punch that's perceived to be a jab. So it's kind of like messing up the timing a little bit for Rahman on defense, and that's the punch that he caught him with. It looked like Rahman was anticipating a left jab, and Kenzie kind of brought that motherfucker from his hip and threw like an uppercut. And he was anticipating the jab, caught him, then he hit the ropes, and when he came off that ropes, boom, Kenzie comes with a straight right hand, caught him. It then looked like Rahman was going to drop. He was kind of leaning over like he was going to drop. Kenzie switched to southpaw, I think because he was kind of caught off guard, and he just ran over to him, just said the hell with technique, ran over to him, and he ran over to Rahman to finish him. He was like in southpaw, and he threw a wild left hand. Looked like it hit him, looked like it hit Rahman on his way down. He went down, obviously hurt. He got up. He took another good 2 shots while I believe it was either a right hand left hook or a left hook right hand combo against Rahman. He was against the ropes. Rahman took it. Then a ref jumped in and stopped it. Now his body was kind of, when he was getting hit, but immediately after the stoppage, he was protesting. It wasn't like, he needed 4 seconds to say, hey, why'd you stop? It was like immediately stepped in. So he was coherent. He was there. But you got to let your hands go, man. Some refs, they're real jumpy. They're real jumpy. As soon as they see you, they see that head swing back after a punch, or you get punched like that head swinging, they, you done? You done? All right, free throws now. So when they see that, they think that for some reason, man, it's just probably get them to perceive that you can't no longer protect yourself properly. You know what I mean? So my thing is, yeah, you were coherent, you were aware, you were fighting, hey man, fighting for the ref not to stop it after it was stopped. But at the same time, though, man, you can't let yourself get in those type of situations. You got to throw back. You got to throw back, man. Man, we come to these gyms. I teach my boys about outworking people. You come to these gyms and nobody is here. It's like a feeling of satisfaction, right? When you get here super early and you're here 3 hours before people even come here, then they come here, you're already drenched in sweat, waiting for them to come, hoop with them for like an hour. They're ready to leave. And you stay here for another hour. There's nothing like outworking people, and that's what I'm feeling to my boys, man, is just putting in work. Right now, we do 4 to 6 hours a day, every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Only as we take off is when I physically see that they need it, and we I ice their knees. We do a lot of stretching, but I always have them playing against older people, man. My 5th grader, he plays against nothing but 10th graders all the time. 11th grade, his brother's in 8th. His 8th grade brother, I have him Tuesdays and Saturdays. Not today though, but usually Tuesdays and Saturdays play against grown men, and then the other days strictly high school kids. I don't really like him playing people his age. He's about 6'2", about 185. I post clips of him. Y'all can go see. Instead of me talking your ear off, I've been posting clips of them on his YouTube page. I was going to start them their own page. I just said the hell with it, man. I'm going to get to Canelo and Bivol in a moment here. But I post some videos of my boys, man, and I see I was losing some subs. And I get it. You come here for boxing. But my boys are way more important than some damn boxing. And I love boxing, man. So I'm going to use my channel to promote my boys. They put in work, man, 30-point games. My 8th grader had a triple-double, a 20-rebound triple-double game. So I'm going to start posting stuff, man, and put it up here. And go do this and go hit the weights after this. That's another thing, these young kids, man. Some of the kids off the AAU team, I try to get them to lift weights. As soon as I start that weight room shit, I got to go to the bathroom. Because this after practice, I got to go to the bathroom. They I come on the hall, don't see nobody, man. But like I tell my boys, you can't take everybody with you, man. Your journey is not their journey. You know what I mean? But can't nobody fuck with my boys, man. Especially my 5th grader. I think I've been training him for 3 years straight, 4 to 6 hours a day, no cut, no chaser. You know what I mean? My 8th grader, he's been playing. I've been training for about a good year and a half. But he be giving it to these high school kids, man. We be up here be giving it to them. We go to a lot of different gyms, not just one gym. We try to get across the city. We don't duck no smoke, man. We go looking for smoke. You know what I'm saying? That's us. So I know I'm the crazy dad to a lot of these people that work at these gyms, man, but so be it. You know what I mean? Let me see who's all joining. I'm going to get to Canelo, Bivol, what I think about that in 1 second. But one more thing. MG is here, who asked me this whole, question about Kenzie. Where I want to see him going now, I would like to see him fight. To be honest with you, a rematch wouldn't be that bad because I did think Rahman Jr. was winning. But hey, it's heavyweight division, man. You could be winning 11 rounds, 11 and a half rounds, and get caught at the end and get knocked out. I mean, look what happened with John Tate when he fought Mike Weaver. You know what I'm saying? So shit happens. But I'd like to see a rematch, but I don't think he probably want to do that. Not because he's scared, because it's one of them things like, hey, man, I beat you. You had your chance. I'm about to move on to something bigger and better. All right. I wouldn't mind seeing him fight the guy that beat his brother, Trey Lippy Morrison, Mike Balogun. And Balogun just fought a couple months ago, but Balogun's an undefeated heavy-handed southpaw. Keep an eye out for him, man. Mike Balogun. All right. About a 6'1", about 250. Motherfucker got hands, you know what I'm saying? And he knocked out Trey Lippy Morrison in the first round. I think that was December. Knocked him out in the first round. And Trey didn't look to be in the best shape in that fight. But he's a southpaw. And Trey about to have a fight coming up in a couple months here. And he's fighting a guy from here in Minnesota, Joey Abel. Abel's a guy that has about 35 wins, about 33 knockouts. Then he's 11 losses. I think 10 of them he got knocked out. So he's one of them type of dudes where, hey, I'm going to knock you out or you're going to knock me out. Heavy-handed, but he's getting up there in age. And one thing I noticed about the fight is Trey is taking on another southpaw who's heavy-handed. So it's like he's getting himself back in the ring to kind of revisit fighting a southpaw again with some heavy hands, although I think Mike Balogun is at a much better stage of his career right now than Joey Abel. But one thing about Trey Lippy, he has fought southpaws before, right? Balogun, and I know he fought, what's that kid, man? The dude that fought Joseph Parker and Sanchez. He's fought a whole bunch of prospects. Jason Bergman. All right, so he's getting in there with Jason Bergman, or no, he's fought Jason Bergman, which was a southpaw. So it's good to see Trey, get back in there again with another heavy-handed southpaw, albeit a 40-something-year-old, but still, I like the fact that he's doing that. But I like to see Kenzie kind of go against Mike Balogun. If not, then try to get a fight against who's the guy coming off a loss. Because usually Morrison, even though he's 20-0 with the 18 knockouts, he's undefeated. He has 2 draws, 1 draw. He was able to avenge. The other guy, he couldn't get back in the ring. I think he had a draw with Aaron Chavers, and he knocked him out in the second, or got a second round stoppage the second time around when they fought. The other guy, he couldn't get back in the ring. I think his name was Chris. What was that dude's name? Chris Harris, I believe. But he couldn't get him back in the ring. But yeah, try to get like a guy like a F.A. Jagba, right? Somebody like that coming off a loss. The reason I say that, because usually a guy like a Jagba or those guys coming off losses or draws, even like a Michael Hunter, get them back because they want somebody that's 20-0 to pit you guys against. That's what promoters want, to pit you, to say, F.A., if you can't get past Morrison, you're never going to be a champion. Even though he is 20-0, that type of fight, like a crosswords type of joint, you know what I mean? But I definitely want to see him fight one of those type of dudes, man. Get to the comments, and then I'm going to start cooking about this Canelo Bivol. I mean, we all going with Canelo, but I'm just going to break down how I see the fight playing out. My man Pa says, hey, Mr. Boxing, did you already give your Canelo? Nope, I'm about to, bro. You ain't late. My man Blood up in here, he says, my brother, salute, homie. Retro Boxing and documentaries. Pa says, how tall is your son? My 8th grader is about 6'2", 185 pounds. I got clips of him on the channel. I'm going to put a lot more clips of my boys in it. Again, I'm not saying you, but if you're one of them people say, I just want heavyweight boxing, I don't want to see it. Okay, well, fine. I'm going to put a lot of my boys up. So if I go from, how many subs I got? 15,000, something like that. 15,000 or some shit. I keep it on private. If I go from 15,000 to 5, I'll be totally fine. Yeah, so my 8th grader, he's 6'2", about 185. There's big ass go right there. You know what I mean? And then I got my other son. He is in 5th grade. He's about 5'4", about 5'3", 5'4", something like that. Brian Pickett says, good on you. I admire your dedication to your boys. I appreciate that, man. Will Chairman John says, it's your channel. You can post what you want. Yeah, of course. I was just kind of taken aback. Like, damn, I done lost like 8 subs. I'm like, well, I ain't make nothing controversial. I'm like, oh, because of my boys? Whatever. It is what it is. Stormy B-Man says, it's gratifying to see your involvement with your sons. The return of the investment will be the man they become as a result of the molding you're currently doing, Mr. Rock. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate it. Sometimes it's hard, you know, because I'm a type of father. I cuss, I get in your face, I get in your grill. If you're getting your ass cooked out there, I'm gonna tell you. And I'm about to hold my what I think because you know their parents are here, and I don't want to be the parent that cusses. And no, fuck all that, man. You getting cooked, you getting cooked. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you the truth, and y'all can kind of see my coaching style. You hear me on the sideline when I post the videos. That's me coaching and yelling. That's how I do it. You know what I'm saying? And some kids can take it, some kids can't take it. But if you don't want tough coaching, if you don't want to be in the gym for 4 to 6 hours a day without your headphones in, without checking Snapchat, Instagram, then I'm the trainer for you. If you like lifting weights and putting that work in and playing against people that are 5, 6, 7 years older than you, then I'm the trainer for you. You know, if you want an easy, you know, play against people your age or younger so you can dominate, and then I'm not the person for you. You know what I mean? My man Blood, even though your name is Retro and Bot, bro, you blood boxing, man. But that is a damn good channel with the retro boxing documentaries. Y'all go sub up to Retro, man. Great documentaries, and also sub up to my man Stormy B, man. Just like Blood, historians, guys a little bit older than me. You know what I mean? So appreciate y'all's work, man. Retro says, yeah, but you stand-up role model, brother. Seeing brothers like you and Scrapbook supporting the youth is refreshing to me. I'm going to go back into the community shortly. That's what's up. You also said I have not seen the latest of the Morrison brothers. I kind of broke that down. You says you hope they got my genetics. Or you said they do got my, yep. And they got the work ethic, man. Like I said, 4 to 6 hours a day sounds like, yeah, I can do it. But when it really comes down to it, when COVID's happening and we still got to put 4 hours in, the gym's closed, great. Our house is open because downstairs we got a punching bag. We got motherfucking step ladders, everything. I brought the gloves today. I brought the mitts. Man, we do some everything. I got all types of shit. We got weights downstairs. We got a hoop outside. COVID didn't stop shit. You know what I'm saying? But it's cold outside. All right. Well, it snowed out. The gym ain't open. Well, we gonna go downstairs and put in work. No excuses. Right now we do about 100 to 120 hours a month. No excuses. But it's hot outside. So what? It's cold. So what? I'm tired. Who gives a fuck? That's what we do. Monday through Sunday. You know what I mean? James Coleman says, my dad is still that way, and I'm like that with my boys as well. That's what's up, man. They need it, man. You know, they need it. God, you got, man, this is the era where motherfuckers, man, we playing out in the tournament out in Iowa. That's some of the footage I've been posting to them. We took second out there in Iowa. It was called the Who Won't Smoke tournament. So it's teams from Peoria, Illinois, Chicago, all that shit, right? I'm seeing kids in warm-ups with the little earpieces in, hoodies on. I'm like, man, if you don't take that shit off, I'll rip your damn earlobe off if you don't take that shit out your ear. You know what I mean? So just a different era, man. Just a different era. However, I ain't about to change with some of that shit. Some things are worth changing, some things are not. You know what I mean? So, but every day ain't easy, man. You know, every day we have our good days, we have our bad days. There's some days that you guys can see from the clips. Sometimes I think I got the next Steph Curry, and with my youngest son, his motherfucker can shoot from NBA range. I showed y'all on tape. Go watch the videos I'm posting, y'all. He can literally shoot from league range. He make about 6 of these motherfuckers a game. And my other son's a powerhouse wing player. We have good days where I think I got some future D1s on my hand, and there's some days where I got to get in their ass, you know. But we have better days. We have more better days than not, though, man. A lot of full court a lot of shit we do is full court too. We play full court 101s, pick up full court. None of this one rim shit. I don't do nah. Everything is game. I'm trying to put you in game situations. Everything we do is game situations. St. Cruiser says, with our ups and downs, my son now calls me his best friend. Happy about that. That's what's up, man. My man Pa says, I love the crazy dad energy. Yeah, sometimes you gotta be, man. Blood says they need it. You have to be like that to get many of these children to listen. He says, with the tournament name, like Who Won't Smoke, they gotta be tough. Yeah, there was one team there called the Chicago Demons and all that. And you know, but I got light-skinned kids. Let me say this too. Everybody not might agree, but I come from a different era. Now, when you see, hold on, you see kids like this, right? That's my 5th grader playing. They playing full court. When you see putting that D in them, D his ass up. Yep. When you see light skinned kids, right? First thing to come out of people that's competing against them, soft. Been like that forever. Soft. Oh, he's soft. He's soft. So I don't know if it was because back in the day, Al B. Shore and them and Christopher Williams and shit, because they were some R&B singers. Drake now be singing. I'm not sure why the athlete reverts to that type of shit. But I play with people like that. We play against dudes, oh, they soft. And some white dude go out there and hit 11 threes on us. You know what I mean? So I told my boys, you keep battling, man. People gonna think you soft, especially if your dad's around. Oh, you got your dad around. So that's why when I take them to gym, sometimes I'll leave them in the gym with grown men and let them figure it out themselves. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'll hoop with them. Sometimes I let them figure it out themselves. So I don't want nobody to think, oh, yeah, but when your dad ain't around. So when I get to these gyms and I ask whoever's working in the gym, hey, how my boys do? They was in here hooping, man. I love hearing that. So you got a chip on your, I told them, man, you got a chip on your shoulder already because you're light skinned with curly hair. Light skinned, they're going to think you soft. They're going to think you're Al B. Shore and all this shit. You got to show motherfucker that you ain't soft. You got to show motherfucker that you can outwork them. And that's what we do. Ain't nobody here. Look, ain't nobody here. Kid dude walking out with his little kid, they karate class going on another thing, but ain't nobody here. This all us. Ain't nobody at this motherfucker. It's a Saturday. Where the kids at? They sleep. Outwork a motherfucker. All right, let me get to answer these questions real quick. See what y'all talking about. Crazy D3 says, what's the best nutrition food for young athletes who train hard like your son? A lot of fruit. I'm not going to sit here and lie and say they're on a plant-based diet or we're vegetarians. I'm not going to lie to you. They get their pizza, but do everything in moderation. So if we make a pizza, let's say I bake a pizza, right? It ain't here, son, here's your pizza, here's my pizza. No. We going to bust that motherfucker down. I may eat 3 slices, you eat 3. 3 slices here, some fruit, and some water or Gatorade. Shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of stretching, a lot of water, a lot of people say, but Powerade has sugar. Well, we drink Powerade, all right? But a lot of stretching, a lot of water, staying hydrated, and a lot of fruit, man. A lot of fruit. And obviously stay away from the fatty shit as much as you can, like the McDonald's and the Wendy's and all that type of shit. But that's what we do. Now, that's one thing that maybe I need to do more research, but look, man, I'm at the same playing weight I was in college, so I've done my weight down. I'm about 6'5", about 2. I go anywhere from like 218 to 222. If I'm just straight lifting weights and I don't do a lot of cardio, then I get up like to 240s, like to the 2. But right now, I'm like 220. Keep your head up. If he's giving you left, just go left. There you go. Good shit. My man Jess K says salute. Blood said he had 80% of his fight on the basketball court. Yeah, and you a lighter skinned brother too, man. So I already know they probably was doing that shit with you, man. Blackout says what's good. Nice to see you live. All right, now let me get to this Canelo Bivol thing real quick, man. Now obviously I'm picking Canelo. All right, but I will say Bivol is a basic, fundamentally sound boxer. That's the problem. Basic. The fight that I seen him get hurt was now I've watched a few of his fights, man. The Richards fight, the Pascal fight, Joe Smith. There's a few more that I watched. I watched about 7 of his fights. The fight I seen him most hurt in, that I can remember, was the Joe Smith fight, and he got caught with like an overhand right. It was a quick overhand right, and those are the same type of punches that Canelo likes to throw. All right, but now some of the plus sides of Bivol is he uses his jab. He likes to throw straight punches. He loves that left hook. And sometimes when he's really comfortable in there, he likes to drop his left hand to his hip, a la like a Larry Holmes, right? And kind of like fight you from his hip because he's comfortable, right? He loves to throw that left hook. Now, if he tries to match left hook for left hook with a guy like Canelo, he may get caught first with it because Canelo likes to say textbook when he throws his left hooks, and he likes to keep his right hand up while he's throwing that left hook. He's not just winging left hooks over with this whole side of his face open because his hand is down. Bivol keeps a low left hand, and when he got tagged by Smith's right hand, then he put his hands back up. It was kind of a reminder, fuck, let me keep my hands up. You know what I mean? So I see Canelo taking advantage of all those mistakes. Low left hand, you got low left hand, oop, here comes the right hand over that. The basic 1-2, that's going to be an easy read for Bivol if he's not in and out with the 1-2. One more thing about that Rahman and Morrison, because it's kind of, in that fight that I was discussing earlier, Rahman kept going out in straight lines with his hands down as well. I forgot to add that. Going out in straight lines with your hands down. Straight, bop, get caught. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing Bivol doesn't want to do, is be so predictable and basic and fundamental that he goes in and out, just that whole basic fundamental robot shit. You got to have some pizzazz with it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you got to go in there and move and jitter and shake like you're Joe Frazier and shit, or get in there and move like a prime Ray Leonard, but you got to, get out the side door, turn, pivot a little bit, box Canelo and turn his ass too. Just don't, basic 1-2, straight line back. Basic 1-2, straight line back. Nuh-uh. Basic 1-2, turn, pivot, turn his ass. You know what I'm saying? And don't be scared to hold on the inside. That's one thing that I noticed too. When he gets on the inside, Bivol seems like one of them type of fighters that, when you fall into a clinch, and you got some fighters that are falling into the clinch and they're okay with the ref coming to break them. All right, ref, you broke us. All right, let's get back to boxing now. Nah, there's some motherfuckers, you get into that clinch, they're using that offhand. They're coming up here with that motherfucker. Or they're shooting quick uppercuts on you while they're holding you and shooting some with the offhand. Canelo has that in his game. So Bivol don't want to stand straight as a board, look at the ref, you gonna come break us? We're broke. Now let's get back to, but nah, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. And Canelo adds those type of wrinkles, right? So I think the first few rounds, I can see Bivol using his jab, using his feet, moving because he's fresh. I can see him probably beating Canelo the first 3 or 4 rounds, or making them very close and competitive and debatable. But then after a while, I see Canelo breaking that body down, making them body shots count, being a little bit rough with Bivol. And any type of clinch or any type of situation where they're by each other or up close, Canelo's going to throw. I believe he's going to throw. I see him just breaking them down and busting them up, man. But I do see Bivol making Canelo miss a little bit early. And Canelo may be trying to just probe with his jab, follow him around a little bit, high guard when punches come, just to see what Bivol's working with, to see what he got, kind of, just scan the landscape, that type of shit. All right? But Bivol make his ass pay. Just don't play with him to where you're just jab, okay, you stay there, I stay here, you stay there, because eventually he's going to, as my man Dwyer Boxing would say, he's going to crash the pocket, right? So you let that right hand go, let that motherfucker go with some vengeance, man. Nah, nigga, back your ass up. Back his ass up. You know what I mean? Just don't keep him at safe distance. Back him up. Make him have something to think about. Left hand low, and if he goes just high, if he tries to just go high guard, he's going to get ate up. That high guard shit for a guy like Canelo, that's just too many. That man, bro, that's too many spots for him to hit. Punch around the guard, through the guard, body shot, go to your body just to make your hands go down, boom, come up top with a left hook. He's just going to start mixing them up, man. So that's what I think is going to happen in that fight. All right? My man, Retro Boxing Documentary says, I learned how to trash talk better in the neighborhoods on the court. Light-skinned brothers will get tired. He says that light-skinned brothers will get tired on waiting downs too. While brothers try to take the light-skinned brothers down. I don't know, bro. It's been, man, it was like, and you some years older than me. I think you got like 7 or 8 years on me, blood, but it was like that when I was coming up, man. They always think like the light-skinned dudes can't hoop, or they soft, or like I said, man, I don't know if it was like the El DeBarge thing, because a lot of the R&B singers from the 80s was light-skinned. I really don't know. I know that's funny, but I'm trying to really figure it out. I really don't know, man. I really don't know. Maybe it was because of Prince or some shit. I don't know. I don't know, bro. I have no idea. St. Cruz says Bivol doesn't have enough power. He says Bivol doesn't have enough power to get Canelo Respect. That's bad if he doesn't, man. It's gonna be bad if he doesn't. My man Pa says, "You think the fight will go the distance?" Nope. Use that pivot. Hey, when you come to that jump stop, you got to use that pivot multiple times, son. Don't just pivot one way, you get cut off, they go and pivot back the other way. I know he's bigger and stronger, who gives a fuck? Keep working that pivot. And when you get the ball, make sure you're not just doing right hand layup. Work on your jumper. You're bigger and stronger than him, work on your game. L-Dub, what's good, my brother? I seen you break down your IBF rankings. I seen you yesterday. I put you a thumbs up. I didn't say nothing in the comments section, but I put a thumbs up. Boy, you slipped. Give him the ball and come on with the come on, man. That's what I'm saying. Jalen, give him the ball and come on with the come on, man. Come on. Hey, he ain't ready. Hey, he ain't ready. Go. Just score then if his ass ain't ready. Ain't nobody cheating, son, because in the real game, you got to push out the way. Get back, Chaz back in there. Hey, in the real game, you got to get up. I know he's 185 pounds. Who gives a fuck? Maybe I should quit cussing. I don't know if I see me cussing at my boys. Man, dudes be scared to get on that. Man, I be going to some tournaments, man. They say Prince could really hoop though. Hey, Prince, Minnesota's finest. He did go to Minneapolis North, and he could hoop a little bit. I mean, he wasn't like an all-state, all-American or like that, but he could hoop a little bit. And I know y'all know the Dave Chappelle skit and shit, but yeah, Prince from right here, and he from right here, man, right in my area. Minnesota's finest. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. That's another thing about the music scene in the 80s, man. People didn't give Minneapolis or the Twin Cities, Minnesota, our props, man. They give us our props back in on that. The sound that Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis made, that was like a whole vibe back in the day, man. So Minnesota don't get their props like that. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, good three. That was deep too. My man Blood says, I played on the same court as Vernon Maxwell and Clinton Portis. Gainesville brothers make playing hoops about something else. Vernon Maxwell was a shit-talking dude, man. Bald head, dark-skinned motherfucker, man. What they used to call him, Mad Max. They used to call him Mad Max. He could shoot the rock, play for the Rockets back in the day. I definitely remember Vernon Maxwell, and obviously I know Clinton Portis. Went to the U. Damn good running back. Let me see. James Coleman says, I done seen the Paisley Palace person. I used to stay in. Oh, you used to stay in Eden Prairie? Damn, I didn't know you stayed in Eden Prairie. That's crazy. We played, my oldest son, we played this tournament here in Minnesota called the Grade State Tournament. It's the top AAU teams. And we played Eden Prairie in the Final Four, and we won that on the buzzer beater. But hey, y'all, I don't want to talk y'all ears off, man. Y'all enjoy the fights tonight. I'm about to get back to this work. This is our first workout session. It's 3 hours, and then we're going to get back at it tonight, put another 3 in before I watch the fights. I'm a crazy-ass dad, man, so let me see one more. I'm going to take one more, and I'm out of here, man. My man Retro and Boxing Doc, he says Mad Max beat up the equipment. He said Mad Max beat up the equipment man at UF. He was crazy, bro. Nobody messed with him. Yeah, man. Hey, he would even talk shit to Jordan, man. You know what I'm saying? Vernon Maxwell was a crazy ass dude. He can shoot that rock. But hey, man, y'all be good, man. I appreciate all y'all showing up. L-Dub, my man Blood, James Coleman, everybody. I'm known for forget somebody. Sane Cruising, Blackout, Jess K, Crazy D3, my man Paz, my man Stormy B, man. I appreciate y'all brothers showing up, man. Y'all be easy. I'm going to be looking out for my boys too, man. I'm going to be posting shit all the time, all right? Y'all be good.